إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره. نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، فإن كل محدثات بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. وإنما توعدون لآت وما أنتم بمعجزين. I greet you all with the greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessing of Almighty Allah be with you all. I'd like to welcome you all for continuation of our series Alkabaaer, which means major sins. And today, inshallah, this is going to be segment number 31. We're going to talk about one of the sins that count to be major, and that for every male or female Muslim, they have to do their best to avoid it as much as they can, because it's displeasing to Allah and to His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this is al-kadhib fi ghalibi aqwalihi, frequent lying, not speaking the truth, saying lies. That means you say something which it doesn't agree with the reality of what you're talking about. As example, if I ask you if your father home, you say no, and he is home. If I ask you, did you make Salat al-Asr? You say yes, and you didn't make Asr. So your saying is different from your action. Regardless if you're telling about something happened, or that is happened, or something didn't happen and you say it happened, or you giving description about somebody, or info anything that you informing somebody about it, that you're saying something is different from the real thing or what is it is, as is. And the la'na of Allah and the curse of Allah is falling onto those people who say lies. As I said, talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, talking in Surah Al-Imran, Surah number 3, verse number 61, فَنَجْعَلُ لَعْنَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَى الْكَاذِبِينَ, that the curse of Allah let it be upon the liars. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also is saying, قُتِلَ الْخَرَّاسُونَ, This surah number 51, verse number 10. May the liars be perished. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying in Surah Al-Mu'min, Surah number 40, verse number 28, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَهْدِي مَنْ هُوَ مُسْرِفٌ كَذَّابٌ. Allah doesn't guide the one who is wasteful and a liar. Allah doesn't guide al-musrif, wasting your money, wasting your time, wasting your effort, and also the liar. Those people, Allah doesn't guide them. In the collection of Imam al-Bukhari and Imam Muslim, rahmatullahi alayhima, Ibn Mas'ud, may Allah be pleased with him, saying, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الصدق يهدي إلى البر وإن البر يهدي إلى الجنة وما يزال الرجل يصدق ويتحرى الصدق حتى يكتب عند الله صديقا وإياكم وإن الكذب يهدي إلى الفجور وإن الفجور يهدي إلى النار وما يزال الرجل يكذب ويتحرى الكذب حتى يكتب عند الله كذابا. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam telling us to say the truth, because truthfulness guides to righteousness, and righteousness leads to Jannah. A person will say the truth and always trying to say the truth until he or she will be recorded with Allah as a truthful person. The Prophet ﷺ say, be aware of lying, because lying leads to selfishness, and selfishness guides and takes the person to hellfire. A person will lie and continue lying until he or she will be recorded with Allah as a liar. So that means, as sometimes you don't pay attention, you are not caring, you are not being careful how you say things, how you relate things, and today one lie, tomorrow two lies, and after this you keep with this line until you became a sinful and person that and excuse me, and and what is the word? Fujur. Yeah, and being sinfulness, it will lead you to be one of the dwellers of hellfire. So that means when you take something as is not a big thing in your life, Doesn't matter if something good or bad. It will grow eventually with you. So if you a person who gave even a dime or a quarter in a charity, okay, and you keep doing it will bring you to get to used to this good habit and this good righteousness, okay, and it will make you eventually to come to a state of righteousness. Same thing will apply when you start in doing sins, especially about lying. So a lie will add to another lie, and another lie. It became not only a sentence of line, will be a story. And after this, you find yourself everything that you're telling. Not why? Because you got into this habit. So this line and this selflessness state, it make you get used to it. As a result of this, you will be recorded with Allah that you are a sinful and a liar. The Prophet ﷺ told in us in the hadith that ayatul munafiq thalath. Even if he ولو صلى ولو صام وزعم أنه مسلم إذا حدث كذب وإذا وعد أخلف وإذا اؤتمن خان. A sign of a hypocrite are three. We know that hypocrisy is something very serious. So the Prophet ﷺ saying, this is the symptoms, and this is the sign of a liar, which how many are three? They are three. Doesn't matter what he claimed to be, even if he look to you, look at you, or you look at him to be a Muslim and look like a Muslim, acting or speaking like a Muslim, he will have a hypocrisy in his heart. So what is the sign of a hypocrite person? The Prophet ﷺ said, when he speaks, he tells lies. When he promises, he breaks his promise. And when I say he, does not mean have to be a male. Okay, he or she. Because lying is haram for male or female. Okay? You are not supposed to be lying. You are not supposed to be breaking your promises. I see you at 5 o'clock, you come at 8 o'clock. I see you at 8 o'clock, I didn't come. Period. And also another sign of a hypocrite, even if he claimed to be a Muslim, is what? إذا اؤتمن خان. When you trust him or her, they betray the trust. Doesn't matter, you trust him with the money, you trust him with your car, you trust him with your family, you trust him with a secret, and say, I want to share something with you, but I don't want anybody to know it. Oh, yeah. And you tell him, after one day, you found the news all over the mosque, all over the community. You see? So one of the signs of the hypocrite, and I'm sure this is a serious disease for a Muslim to be labeled a hypocrite by the Prophet. You don't want to be this person. So watch when you talk. You are not a broadcast station, okay? That you always have to be talking. You are not a broadcast station. So before you open your lips, think. And what I'm going to speak about is something pleasing to Allah or not. If not so, keep your lips closed. Don't talk. You'll be in the safe side. So before you talk, you need to think. And if something that you want to tell, see what's the benefit or the harm of it. Why are you talking to people about such a thing? What are you gaining from it? And be careful, because if it's not, it's going to be recorded against you. And after this, eventually, you're going to get to this habit to be a liar, and you'll be recorded with Allah as a liar. In another narration, the Prophet ﷺ, he said that 4 characteristics: أربع من كن فيه كان منافقا خالصا، ومن كانت فيه خصلة منها كان فيه خصلة من النفاق حتى يدعها: إذا اؤتمن خان، وإذا عاهد غدر، وإذا خاصم فجر. Here is the Prophet ﷺ. In this narration, he says that 4 things, 4 characteristics, if they are in one person, he will be a truly hypocrite. And if he have one symptoms, if he have one quality out of this 4, that this person have one quality of hypocrisy. So if you get the 4 of them, you are a true munafiq. Okay? That means munafiq in action, not in belief. Alright? Because the munafiqeen in belief, this wal'adhu billah in hellfire, in the lowest places of hellfire. And there is a nifaq, hypocrisy in action. Doesn't have anything to do with your belief. That means your behavior is a behavior of a munafiq, a hypocrite person. The Prophet said, if you have one of them, so that means you have what? One of the characteristic of a munafiq. The first one, when you trusted, you betray the trust. When you trusted with a secret, with a property, with anything, you don't take care of it. This is bad. When you dispute, argue with somebody, you don't draw a line. You keep going and going, okay? If you give when you speak, you lie. When you mix agreement, you break the agreement. And when you go When he trusted you, betray the trust. When you speak, you lie. When you promise, you break the promise. And when you dispute with somebody or disagree with somebody, you don't know how to make a limit for it. The Prophet ﷺ telling us, if somebody say, I saw in my dream such and such, and he is lying in his dream. Like some people say, I saw the Prophet in my dream. I saw such and such, and it was a nice place, and I asked somebody, where is this going? He say, this is your way to Jannah. But he making up a story. He did not see anything in his dream. All right? In the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask him to tie a knot between two hairs. That means something beyond his ability to do it. Okay? Like you take two pieces of your hair and you try to connect them together. Of course, you could not. You could not even barely feel the hair in your hand. But it shows you that don't lie. Doesn't matter if you're awake or you're sleeping about something you saw or you didn't see, or even telling the people I saw something in my dream, but you are not really saw anything in your dreams. Is not acceptable in Islam. The Prophet ﷺ, in his journey of Isra and Mi'raj, or in the dream that he saw, a Prophet ﷺ, not Isra and Mi'raj, but in one of the dreams, the Prophet ﷺ, he saw a man that they cut in his two sides of his mouth all the way until the back or to the neck. And his nose also, they cut in it, open it all the way to the back. Same thing about the eyes. So the Prophet ﷺ asked in his dream, what is this? Why is these things happening to this man? They said, this a person which he leave his house lying, and his lies goes all over the town. Okay? It is sufficient sin, as the Prophet says, sufficient sin, that you inform and tell about everything you hear. Or so and so, you understand, such, I heard from so, and I heard from so, I heard. So now you became a tell-teller, nothing else. As if this, and we say it in a form of affirmative. Such a thing happened, such a thing happened. You didn't see. You don't know if it's true or not. Why you have to keep telling the story about things that you are not sure if it's right or not? And one of the things, like those people who work in TV station and entertain people and give news or reading the news or whatever. This not to understand a professional that a Muslim supposed to be part of it, because you don't know. You don't know. If you are not sure from something, why? How are you going to relate it? There is nothing called is my job. Okay, I'm only reading it. Yeah, but when you come in front of the camera and you read these things, and people will take it from you and pass it to others, and others keep going. You don't know. Oh, and China did this, and America did this, and the president and this country did this. And you talking about, okay? So this is not a professional, because you as a Muslim, if you do not sure from something, you are not supposed to speak about it. Otherwise, you one of the liars. You one of the liars. And the worst kind of liars now, since we're talking about lying and how haram it is, that people fabricate a hadith or narrating a weak a hadith saying the Prophet said. And the Prophet ﷺ said about those people, let them have a seat in hellfire. You don't have to be a scholar, you don't have to be a sheikh. Leave this job to somebody else. Okay? You want to convey something and you want to get a blessing? Okay. Do not read to anybody from any book other than the Quran or Bukhari or Muslim. This is it. Until you learn. How many ahadith been published? How many things about the Prophet said, the Prophet said, the Prophet said. Say, brother was in a book. I know was in a book. All kind of things in books. But if you don't know about the authentication of the hadith, you are getting yourself in a big trouble. But brother, I care and I want to teach the people about Islam. It's fine. You want to convey? Make sure what you convey is true. And since you don't know it's true or not true, I would say to you, you're going to have to limit your information to the Quran or hadith in collection of Imam al-Bukhari or hadith in the collection of Imam Muslim. Other than this, all the books of hadith, you will find weak hadith there, and maybe you find even a hadith that is not authentic. So we have to be very careful. We are not supposed to lie to the people. We are not supposed to lie against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are not supposed to be carry tales, okay, for whatever reason that. Focus in yourself. This is our problem. Oh, guess what? So and so did such and such. And so they said, why are you talking about people? Why? Why you don't understand? Focus in yourself. Leave the people alone. Leave the people to Allah. Allah will deal with them. When you focus in yourself, you be able to save yourself. But when you concern about entertaining people and to be like a star and you always telling something about some, now you're getting in trouble. And this will be, as the Prophet said, is a sign of hypocrisy. وَإِذَا حَدَّثَ كَذَبَ. That the person, when he speaks, he say lies. The Prophet ﷺ had advised us to avoid suspicion, because suspicion is the worst kind of lie. Okay? We'll close with the last hadith. One of the three people whom Allah doesn't speak to them in the day of judgment, that means He ignores them, is Malikun Kadhab, a ruler which is a liar. Oh boy. Allah knows best how many we have nowadays like this. Kings, presidents, mayors, whatever, that people are in position, high position in the government, in authority, and they lying. You're supposed to be in a position, you are not understand, you the ruler, you are the ruler. How you can be a ruler and you're supposed to be the army under your hand and the police under your hand, and after this you're a liar? Or we're going to invade such a country because such a country, you understand, they are terrorists. They preparing to attack us. And we're going to go, you understand, to teach them lesson. And he knows. This president or this king or whatever he is, he knows that he fabricated this story only to go occupy another country and take over another other place so they can get to understand the good things that in their land and oppress people. Those people, you understand? Look, you the man supposed to be example for others. You're supposed to be directing people towards something good in their life. And after this, you're giving them a false information. And after this, you make people killing each other for nothing. So you can establish more land and you have more territory and all these things. We always have to keep in our minds that we're going to be gathered before Allah, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask us in the day of judgment. And remember, as Allah said, ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد. There is no a single word, not even a word, anything that you say, unless two angels standing there. They will record it. If it's good, will be written. If it's bad, will be written by the other angel. So remember, everything that you say in it is going to be recorded for you or against you. So do not say something that you will regret for it in the day of judgment. With this, inshallah, we come to conclusion to our segment for today. Be looking forward to see you again tomorrow, if Allah will. If anybody have any comments or correction, feel free to do so. If you have any question, you may send it to Imam Adly, #1 at yahoo.com. And inshallah, I will bring the answer to you in the next segment. Thank you for being here. Jazakumullah khairan. Looking forward to see you again tomorrow at 6 o'clock sharp. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك, and Allah knows best.